Hello everyone, welcome to Farmview. We're back again to talk about our clubs that we love, to talk about the things that we love, to talk about football. And now we're here to continue from our last topics where we're talking about the big six. And today we're going to talk about the big three. And with me, we have GB, which you all recognize from last video. GB's, what's up?
Plastic Fan Fight Club. Thank you.
And we have K. K, what's up?
Yeah, I'm good.
And today we have a new member. It's not actually a new member, but this is his first video. So, Kachi, what's up?
Technically, first audio, but hello everyone. Good.
Okay, so Kachi, last video we all started with introducing ourselves, stating our club, and saying why. I'm telling the audience why we love our club and the happiest moment and the saddest moment our club has given us. So please, can you do that for us? First of all, what club do you support?
I am a Chelsea supporter.
Okay.
I know the pride I feel in saying that. Anyway, let's move on. So, one of the proudest moments that the club has given me, of course, is lifting the Champions League trophy. GB, I'm sorry, you might not be able to, relate to what I'm saying, but it's fine if it gets to you. Like lifting the Champions League trophy. I mean, come on, 2012, 2021, like it was ecstasy. The 2012 one was more epic because of how everything went down. And I think one of the saddest moments that my club has ever given me was when I watched John Terry slip and hit the post after sending Van der Sar the wrong way.
That was against my team.
Please, don't cut me off. There are only very few moments that can bring tears to the eyes of a loyal fan, and trust me, that was one of them. So yeah, I'm Kachi and I'm a Chelsea supporter.
Oh, that's nice. So today we're going to be talking about the big three. But before we start talking about that, okay, Arsenal played yesterday, were you happy with the performance?
Seriously, I only watched second half because I was sleeping. But through the highlights and all that, I guess they played well. They were able to control.
Gabriel Jesus is really fiery for you guys.
It's still preseason though.
And as the only champion here of preseason, I think you guys clap for me now.
Yeah, you should add it to your trophy cabinet. The one that you not had in the last 6 years.
One of the match trophy. So leave them.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh, you know what you have done. Now Liverpool should catch you. Oh Jesus.
Okay. So let's get into serious matters. So we're going to talk about Chelsea first. Kachi, so this is your club.
Topic I can relate.
Kachi, this is your club. Before that season started, what was your expectation?
Champions League football, to be honest, before it started. But then when it started, man, I won't lie, I was looking at the league title because everybody knew we were firing on all cylinders until Chilwell got that ACL injury, and then RJ started struggling with injuries, and then everybody started struggling with injuries and COVID, and it was just crazy. Then the takeover period, everything just went downhill. But we still managed to comfortably get third while still going far in the Champions League. And then, to be honest, the two trophies that we lost to Liverpool, personally, I feel like the Carabao Cup, they did not deserve to win the Carabao Cup. We outplayed Liverpool. That was one thing only a handful of clubs can say they did. We outplayed Liverpool in the Carabao Cup final. I mean, Mount had chances, Pulisic had chances, finish that game off, and then they didn't. And then in the Champions League against Madrid, it was the same thing. Lukaku had a glorious chance to win the game for us straight away. Havertz threw away his chance. Pulisic, the same thing. basically our last season was characterized by missing a lot of big chances that cost us dearly. But then, in my opinion, it was still a successful season.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Okay. Before I go into the questions, please, viewers, if you have anything to say, you can comment. You can comment on the comment section, and I promise you, we'll try to read as many as we can. But this season was about to start. Chelsea got Lukaku. Did at the time, did you think Lukaku was a good signing?
Yeah. At that time, yeah. I mean, it was one of the hottest strikers in the world at that time. He just finished like the second season with Team Power. And he really had like a very, very good season. The player of the year, did he? I think so. He finished most. Was it? Did he finish the most goals? I think it was like first or second, and then assists. I think he had about 9 or 10.
Yeah. No.
So yeah, Lukaku was everybody. Like almost every. Are you me? Like almost everybody in the league were like expecting Lukaku to just like come in and fire on like on all cylinders to get. And that was what I thought. Actually, like personally, if you asked any Chelsea fan, they will tell you that they will score because literally every news I used, every article I read on that particular point, were like, this is like the missing piece. This is like the missing piece of Chelsea after winning the Champions League. Like this is like the final piece to their jigsaw, and then they go to win the league and all of that. So yeah, personally, I thought it was going to be a good match.
Okay. Okay. So
sorry guys, please excuse me for
this started and okay. So Oyeka, this question come back to you. Kachi?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay,
can you please mute your mic?
I think you can mute mic for the while. Okay,
please try to mute your mic. Okay. Kachi?
Yeah, I'm here.
So Lukaku joined, and then do you think the players were not playing to his wait, sorry, we have Zami connecting already. Finally, we've gotten Zami. Zami, can you hear me? Hello? Zami?
hello Zami. I think you might need to talk louder.
I can hear you, bro.
Can you talk louder?
I said I can hear you.
Yeah, but we can't hear you well.
Hello.
I need you to. Hello?
Hello. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay.
Oh, everybody. So this is Zami, and before we continue the discussion, Zami, please, would you like to tell us the club you support, your happiest moments the club has given you, and your saddest moments?
Oh, okay.
And why do you love your club?
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Zami, and I support Liverpool Football Club. The reason why I actually Liverpool Football Club is just that the club is more than a football club. It's a tradition. I mean, all all players have actually played for that. There's no other club, and below from the club, and I just love everything about the club, the plans, the tradition, and everything about it. And my saddest moment as a Liverpool fan was
Sorry, Zami.
my happiest moment as a Liverpool fan was when we lifted our first league title. Yeah.
Okay, continue. No, continue. You can continue.
Okay, so I said my happiest moment as a Liverpool fan was when I experienced my team lift the first league title in 30 years. Trust me, it was one of the happiest moments in my life. And the saddest moments as in the 14th season when we lost the league. I mean, I would never ever forget that period. So one of I think I was in secondary school then. It was one of the worst period of my life. So I think
Oh, okay. Thank you.
yeah.
So now we're going to continue our discussion. Kachi, are you there? Kachi, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for cutting the questions when I was trying to ask because I came. Um, I was going to ask, what do you think went wrong for Lukaku? Was it the um was it the players not playing to his strength, or was it after the interview you just after the interview everything just went bad for him, or what do you think went wrong with Lukaku?
See, Lukaku's problem was not the position, was not the role he was asked to play. It was basically he never left Inter. Basically, he never left. Even though he joined Chelsea, he never left Inter. Because this is a man that when he signed, he said, that he left Chelsea when he was still a boy, that he had to go and grow and become, the man, the top striker he is, the all-round striker he is now. That he has played under Conte, he has won the league, so he is now ready to come back and take over the Premier League, which is a very weird thing to say because this is the same person that was banging in goals for West Brom and Everton in the same Premier League, playing under different managers with different roles. So I don't think it was the role he was asked to play because even at that, he said it himself that it doesn't matter what role Tuchel asks him to play because he can play any role he's asked for. He can run behind the defender. He can be a target man. He can link up play. Basically, whatever the coach wants of him, he can do. So it was more like, you know, when things started going bad, which is normal for players, everybody will experience a rough patch, basically. But when things started going bad, and then the interview came, it was more or less like he couldn't wait to go back to Italy, go back to the fans that, in quotes, appreciated him because apparently Chelsea fans were tearing him apart after, you don't go around giving interviews when your performances have started declining. Everybody was in ecstasy when he scored his debut goal, when he scored against Aston Villa, when he scored against Arsenal. Basically, every Chelsea fan celebrated every Lukaku goal, even the last one he scored before he left. So, to be honest, I just think in my opinion, he never grew to be that man he said he could. So I think he was still. I think we just signed the same boy we let go in 2012.
Okay. Well, okay. So, Kachi, after the interview came out, was that it for you, or were you still willing to give him another chance?
I was. I see. It's not about me. Lukaku coming back was like a fairy tale that everybody wanted to work. You understand? It was all this Prince Charming finding his rubbish, this rubbish Disney do. Everybody wanted it to work. Everybody wanted him to succeed. Everybody wanted him to score goals and prove to everybody that yes, he has become a man and he's ready to play for his boyhood club and lead his boyhood club to glory. So after the interview, I was one of the fans that were annoyed, disappointed, whatever word you want to use. I was everything. But then still, it doesn't mean that I would not, back you to score goals, to win games. You get that? So it wasn't, the interview was just a blip. I don't think anybody wanted him to fail at Chelsea. Of course, we still wanted him to give him a chance to, prove himself and score goals and all of that. But still, he didn't. I mean, his first touch has always been poor, but it was poorer. Composure was zero. It was missing big chances. More like he couldn't pass the ball well. It was just all right. It was looking like he couldn't carry himself anymore. And so it was just time for him to, somebody that was homesick. looked like a person that was homesick. So maybe he's just ready to go back to Italy and sort himself out.
Okay. K.
Yeah.
So what you Lukaku here? Do you think Tuchel could have gotten more from him, or was Tuchel just being so harsh on Lukaku, or wasn't it just working? What do you think?
Yeah, in my opinion, I feel like it just was not going to work right from the beginning. Seriously, because if you have to check on Tuchel's track record of strikers or forwards generally he uses, they are always fast forwards. He's not used to using a forward that is actually having his back to go, trying to hold up play and all. He's always checking from Dortmund right to his time at PSG. He has always been using fast forwards, the likes of what's it? User, I think it was not that used Sancho too at Dortmund. Yeah, Dortmund, Sancho, them, the Aubameyang. He was using fast forwards. Even at PSG, he was lucky enough to be able to coach Neymar, Mbappe, and the likes, fast people. So in signing Lukaku, I feel it was just more of a fairy tale story. Let me put it that way. Chelsea wanting to sign their boyhood, player and all.
By the way, sorry to cut you off, Kate, but I just feel like I should point this out. Lukaku was not Chelsea's first choice when they were looking for a striker. He was not. Our first choice was Haaland. By the time Dortmund were playing hardball, they were see this one. Calm down, sir. Our first choice was Haaland. Well, at the time, Dortmund were playing hardball. They knew he had a release clause in his contract, but they didn't want to let him go. They wanted at least one more year from him before anybody was able to trigger his release clause. Chelsea were ready to offer up to £175 million just to snatch Haaland from Dortmund, but they refused. So it was more, I would classify Lukaku's buying as more of a panic buy because everybody
Exactly,
thought we
that's what
needed
I'm
a
saying.
striker
That
and
is what I'm
whatnot.
saying.
So
That's what I'm saying. Like, his deal was more of just what the club wanted to sign, not what the coach wanted. Because I'm very sure left to Tuchel, he was not going to get Lukaku left to him. I feel like he would have preferred using the likes of Havertz, Werner, and the likes instead of Lukaku. Because let's face it, the way Chelsea plays, I'm not sure it's how does not even correlate with the way Lukaku plays at all. That is just the main reason why you feel that Chelsea. He's still a very good player. He's still going to play well anywhere he goes that they play to his strengths. But it was not just going to happen at Chelsea. It wasn't. Chelsea were not going to play to his strengths.
Okay. Where's the plan go to? Okay, Zami.
Yeah.
So Zami, you and City obviously were the two title favorites to win it. And then all of a sudden we saw Chelsea topping the league at some point, and it was looking like Chelsea was going to be a serious contender. Well, as a Liverpool fan, did you take them serious? And if you did, what do you think went wrong for Chelsea?
Okay. Personally for me, a league title and it's played over 13 matches. I mean, you don't conclude the league when it's just December. I think Chelsea were top of the table around that December period. And I think after the COVID stuffs and all, everything started going from bad to worse for them. So personally for me, I actually felt there was no panic from me as a Liverpool fan because we still had about January, February, March, April, and May to go. So I felt it was a league, and so I felt when everything started going from bad to worse was that COVID period. I mean, to truth be told, they actually lost good players then to COVID and all. So I felt, and coupled with the tactics change from Tuchel, I felt that also contributed to the failure of Chelsea fans, and
Oh,
that's it.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Did did you for 1 second think, oh, Chelsea was going to win the league?
No, I don't think so. But I felt like even when they were on top of the league, yeah, Liverpool and Man City still had games in hand. That it was enough to get over the points they were using to lead them. I guess at the time they were leading with like 6 points, and Man City, Liverpool had like 3 games at hand each. So I just feel like these guys were just going to just be it would be one of them to win it. I didn't think, but I feel like Chelsea would have like cemented their place in top 4 earlier than they did.
Okay, Kachi. Hello, Kachi.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so around there, to be honest, yeah, I do want Liverpool City to win the league. I was rooting for Chelsea to win the league. And at a point, yeah, I don't know, I was always like, oh shit, this Chelsea team are looking serious and everything. For me, what personally, I feel like what went wrong for Chelsea was the all UK stuff and everything coming on. Do you think that, and if that is the case, like as a Chelsea fan, how do you feel like the matter should have been handled? Do you feel like UK government were just on Chelsea? Because I know we do like
Yes,
mixing politics with football, but like I just want to like your
because
opinion as a Chelsea fan.
I don't think anyone that looks at everything that happened objectively would say the UK government were right with what they did to the
Yeah.
club. They were not right by any stretch. I mean, I've never really liked Boris Johnson because, well, since we're going live, I think I should just stop there. But I've never really liked Boris Johnson ever. But then UK and Ukraine are going to war, and you say that the owner of Chelsea, Roman Abramovich, has ties with Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia. So you're going to punish a man that is a friend of the person that is waging war on another country because his friend decided to invade. I don't. It makes no sense logically. Then aside that, now you're taking this man's assets and then you're imposing sanctions on Chelsea, that is a club that is based in your country and generating revenue for you as a nation, massive revenue at that. You're imposing sanctions on them, crippling the club, making sure that they basically can't do anything, sign renew contracts. Even at a point, there was news coming out from the club that there was not enough money to buy fuel for the staff bus, for the team bus. The players were saying that they would use their own money to get fuel for the team bus to take them to games. And then there was no money to pay staff, no money to pay anything. Tuchel was saying he would have to, if that's the case, that he would have to drive the team bus to himself to play games. So all these things were too far and unnecessary to do to a club that is in the middle of a competition, literally competing for trophies on all grounds and all sides. So like, looking at it objectively, I think yes, they were terribly wrong with what they did and how they handled the situation. I mean, nobody's prosecuting clubs in the US for what Obama and the presidents before him were doing in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Nobody said anything about how the likes of Gaza and the Afghanistans and the Pakistanis, how they suffer ruthless invasion from the likes of the US and all of that. Nobody talks about that in football. When I remember a time when an Asian guy scored, one of these Pakistani guys, I think Gaza scored, and then he raised up his shirt and it was like peace to Gaza or something like that. And then people were saying, oh, don't mix football with politics and all of that. He shouldn't have done that, blah, blah, blah. And then it got to, Russia invading Ukraine, and all of a sudden everybody's pointing fingers at Chelsea and saying, oh, your owner is part of the people invading Ukraine and all of that. It was bonkers. It made no sense. It still doesn't make any sense. But way past that now, we're looking at the new season, and I'm happy with the signings that we've made so far.
Okay. GB.
I want to say
Okay.
from what Kachi said. Okay, Kachi made mention of the Russian invasion on Ukraine. And what I have to chip in is before Russia, okay, there's an analysis that says when a war occurs, right, both the good and the bad will actually suffer from it. So I guess before Russia actually invaded Ukraine, they knew it wasn't like they never knew. They knew these are things that will probably happen. It will happen to their people, like it will affect their people. So I mean, after Russia invaded Ukraine,
Mhm.
it meant that they were ready to take whatever outcome that comes from it. So it wasn't like they never knew their people are actually going to suffer from it. So I would just say you should blame the Russian government for invading Ukraine, not the UK government.
I'm sorry, guys.
It makes no sense. It
How
makes
did you go
absolutely okay. GB, I will allow you to take over from here.
how did we go
All
from
right.
to arguing Russia versus Ukraine? Eh,
No,
No. I
when
asked the question if it affected Chelsea, and then
okay, all right.
Kachi was trying to explain. Was trying to explain.
Okay, all right, okay.
Okay, Sam, you can go on.
okay, so I think I'm done. So what I'm just trying to say basically is the Russian government actually knew their people are actually going to suffer from it. So you don't have to blame the UK government. You blame the Russian government.
Politics is politics. Politics has always been politics, and politics will always be politics. Football is football. There are two separate things, two separate sections, two very, very. There's politics in football, but it is very different from the normal world politics that we know. Now, the fact that Russia invaded Ukraine, and now you're making assumptions that they knew that it will affect whatever and whatever. No, you see, you can't make those assumptions because they acted solely based off the whole thing that happened that provoked them into wanting to start the war in the process. And that's like a whole different story entirely. I'm not going to get into that because that's not the topic of today. What I'm just saying is, like I said before, politics is politics. It's very separate from football. You don't mix politics with football. I mean, you don't mix world politics with football. Russia invading Ukraine has absolutely nothing to do with Chelsea as a football club. It doesn't matter whether the owner is Russian, Ukrainian, or whatever. They are very, very separate events, and they should not be mixed in any way.
Can I say something?
Yeah, you can say.
Yeah. One thing though is at the time of the Russian invasion, there was this consensus that most every rich Russian oligarch that has large assets in Europe, it was they should find a way to sanction them so that it can, I don't know whatever reason they decided to do that, probably so that it can hurt them and then
The reason why they wanted to sanction all the Russian oligarchs in UK was to put pressure on Putin to stop the war.
exactly
The war that US started, by the way, but like I said, we're not going into that because it's a different
so
conversation.
that was major reason
We're
why.
already talking about war. Please let's go back.
Yeah, that was also I feel like that's major reason why they had to do that.
Yeah. So everybody had to dissociate itself, himself or herself, itself from Russian.
And Abramovich knew at that point, if he probably refused to sell the club, at that point that early, there could have been more financial constriction.
Yeah.
Okay. I think
Man, you have to let go. I think
turned
man,
out so terribly.
yeah,
I think it's better. I think it's better we move on now. It's better we move on.
Okay, right.
We just hope the Ukrainians are safe and they resolve the matter fast.
Hopefully. Because my voice,
GB.
yeah.
So you are already in a situation where your project is finished, your winning league titles and everything.
Do you think?
I've
not won champions.
I don't think you ever win a chat, but do you think Chelsea are, this is a finished project for Chelsea? Like Chelsea really has to win the league. They have to compete with Liverpool and City.
No. Personally, I feel like almost every manager in the Premier League right now, at the back of their mind, they have this it's not doesn't mean they have accepted, but they have this subtle feeling as like it's looking like as long as Pep and Klopp, like Pep and Klopp are actually the ones that are making this team look this way. Because I feel like it's just like a very big rivalry between the two of them, and they keep pushing themselves to like get better and like win the league, compete for the league year in year out. But left to me, I think the last time we spoke last week, I said if there was going to be like a challenger to Pep and Klopp, to me, the
Yeah.
nearest I feel is probably Thomas Tuchel, because that's like I feel like the nearest to like probably
We shouldn't. If it is the mistake that all of us make, we're forgetting that there's one more. Let me use the word beast for him now in the competition. Antonio Conte should not be ruled out just
I'm
because
not,
he
I'm not,
coaches
I'm
Tottenham
Kachi,
football.
Kachi,
I'm talking
Kachi,
about
Kachi,
wait.
Yeah.
Kachi. If I was beside you now, I'd have given you a very beautiful handshake. I said this last week. Everybody laughed at me and said,
I'm not
nah.
Antonio
saying
Conte should not be ruled out just because
wait.
there is no coach aside from Guardiola. There is no coach that knows how to win the league like Antonio Conte.
Exactly.
He's done it everywhere, every time.
What do you mean by everywhere? He has done it in just two leagues. What do you mean by everywhere?
Bro, he was the one that helped Juventus to break their league curse. He was the one
Yes,
that
he
helped
did
Inter
that.
Milan break their league curse. He won the league in Chelsea when he first came.
That's
Did you
like
see what he did with
now.
Tottenham last season?
What did you do with Tottenham? He entered the top four. Fine.
No, but then Kachi, I feel like it's because Arsenal United were that
What
bad.
additions
That's why he
are
entered.
no wait, really, I'm not going to like write off Conte as a very, very good coach. But you can't really tell me that you expect Conte to compete for the title this season. That's a lie.
I do.
I
Because
actually do too. I actually do too.
literally last season they lost 1-0 to Burnley, and it was this same Conte that came out in the press conference and was like, if he feels like he's not good enough, like the moment he gets to feel like he's not good enough to win, he feels like he has to lose. I don't know if that's just for the press conference or for mind games. But really, you don't expect. I personally do not expect Tottenham to fight for the title this season.
Bro, have you seen a club in transition before? Like, have you witnessed your
exactly.
club,
You
your
don't
own
go
club in transition before?
from where you are last season to a title winning like side the next season when you literally have Pep and Klopp still in the league.
I'm not saying he's going to win the league. I'm saying you should not rule him out of the title contenders for next season.
I'll probably not rule him out of top four, but anything short to smelling the league now. Top four, yeah, fine.
Wow.
Good. Top four, yeah, like perfect. I don't have issues.
Interesting.
But the league, no, I don't think Tottenham is even consistent enough. Like, no. They've improved their front line, but look at the back line. Look at the calibers of player they have and their defense. Just look at
They
it.
do not have. Tottenham has never had
Exactly what I
a
was
very
talking
strong.
about.
You can't win the league without a good defense.
We don't
How
have
do you
back
do
line.
that?
Nobody's at that.
Look at their
Tiny
midfield.
lenglet.
Look at their midfield. Tell me, guys, look at their midfield. If Odegaard has injury today, who is going to replace him very well in that midfield?
They have Bissouma.
Okay, they replace him with Bissouma, right? Bissouma is coming from Brighton, a very good football player, like ball playing team and all of that.
Yeah.
But do you know that if Odegaard is fit, he will probably start ahead of Bissouma, like this season?
But then the thing is, Oibek doesn't get injured like that. And if Conte was to play against a big team, imagine putting Bissouma and Oibek together.
Yeah,
that partnership is going to be
the mistake we make. The what wins you league is the small things. Because you really have literally less than 5 to 6 things that are probably going to disturb you. You see those teams that will come to your house and want to sit deep for 90 minutes, waiting for them to see one counter and score and go back to sit deep. Or those guys that will just probably play out of 90 minutes, they have 2 special moments, they score you and they sit deep, and then you can't find a way to break through them. Those are the people that you have to beat to win the league. That's how you win a league. Those small things. And last season, Tottenham performed really well against the big teams. I mean, they beat Roma anyway. Liverpool couldn't beat them. Second leg, they beat Arsenal when it mattered. They beat Man U, Ronaldo show. I think Man U beat them home anyway. Am I right? I think so. Then
we did.
I think Liverpool beat them first leg, and when it really mattered against Arsenal, they beat Arsenal. See, the way Tottenham plays, it's easy for them to play counter against big teams that want to come out, and then Hurricane and so on, they're having a field day. But you see those teams where they are going to sit deep and then you give Tottenham possession last season. Now, I'm not saying it's not possible for Tottenham not to compete for the top 4, but I'm saying very, very difficult. Like I see it as very, very difficult for Tottenham to transition from the side I saw struggling against teams that come to stick against them last season to potentially fighting for the league the following season. I see that like it's very I don't underrate Conte, but I don't see that Tottenham as a team. They have the players, but as a team, no, I don't.
That's quite interesting.
I don't.
I mean,
because-
I see where you're coming from. You know, I get your point. I see where you're coming from, and I get your point. But then at the same time, they are a club, you know, that is, like I said before, they are in transition. You understand? The signings that they've made this summer, mind blowing. They have strengthened in all departments. But the fact that you mentioned that their defense,
now, Kachi,
the fact that you mentioned their defense actually, you know, brought me back to the fact that okay, they don't really have that much of a strong defense because let's face it, Eric Dyer, David Sanchez, Clement Lenglet.
Sanchez.
I mean, those are not names that teams like City, teams like Liverpool will ever pursue.
But then,
not even as backup players and all that. So.
Kachi, but then,
Christian Romero is probably the only good defender that is in
literally
that team right
like
now.
he's the only one because Romero
Kachi?
was injured. They're in the soup.
Kachi.
So I can hear you. Well,
sorry, is it wrong to say Conte made Victor Moses a good player for a whole season? So
Victor
why can't
Moses played his best football under Antonio Conte.
Yeah, so why can't he make Dyer a good defender next season?
Wait, let me tell you something. Sorry, guys. If Conte was actually managing a Man U or a Chelsea, a club that is probably used to winning, something like that, honestly, I would not put it against Conte. Personally, I used to say like that last season, if Man U actually started the season with Conte with the kind of signings they made, Conte could have fought for first or second. But see Tottenham. Sorry, you guys from London, Tottenham win the league next season. Come on, we know now.
Okay. Let's move to Zami.
Yeah.
So what are your expectations for Chelsea next season?
Okay. Personally, for me, I feel Chelsea are still trying to get an identity. Personally, for me, like I said, they're still trying to get an identity under a new coach, a coach that is still trying to like get to know more of his player, a coach that is still trying to like sign his own players. So personally, for me, I feel though, like I always say, it will always be between Liverpool and Man City. It will always be between Liverpool and Man City. There's no how you guys actually want to argue it. The title would always be between Liverpool and Man City. But I feel Chelsea actually with the signings they've made, they should be able to like at least compete as usual, compete for the title. But I don't see them winning the title. So
Okay.
I think third should be good enough for them.
Okay,
how about the Champions League, Zami? How about the Champions League? Do you see us winning the Champions League?
Sorry, is it? What do you say?
Do you see Chelsea
How about
winning
the Champions League? Do you see Chelsea winning the Champions League?
It depends, though. It depends. I mean, it depends on the group Chelsea is actually placed in the group stage. But I don't see Chelsea winning the Champions League, even though they actually gets a good draw in the group stage. I don't see. I mean, there are lots of top teams out there. There are lots of, trust me.
Okay.
Bro, on
Likes
our
of
way to
Bayern,
winning the
likes of
Champions League
Barcelona right
in
now.
Porto,
Okay,
we
Barcelona-
literally went past Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, and Man City in the final. So you really think that our progress in the Champions League this coming season is going to be determined by the group that we are placed in?
That's not what I'm actually trying to say. But I'm just trying to tell you that, I mean, we have better teams now compared to last season. I mean, the likes of Barcelona, Bayern. I mean, I don't just see Chelsea. Though they might actually go far in the Champions League, but I don't just see Chelsea go to the Champions League.
Do you think
I
Liverpool
mean,
will go
that
far in
last
the
two.
Champions League?
Of course, as usual, in as much as we have
Let's
Liverpool
calm
has
down.
already gone far.
Let's calm down. Let's calm
Oh,
down. Let's calm down.
Liverpool has already gone
K
far. So,
K
okay.
K.
Yes, yes.
So you're the cool one here. You always give manager chances. You always say, let's give
Arsenal.
him this season, let's give him that season. So if you were the owner of Chelsea now, Todd Boehly coming in and everything, what are you expecting from Chelsea? What are you
Well,
expecting from Tuchel? What does it do? What does
I
it
feel
do
like
if
as far as the league is concerned, unless you want to put the coach under unnecessary pressure and all, like Zami said, the league will always be between Man City and Liverpool. There's nothing we can do about that, at least for now. So I think if I'm to be the owner and all, I would like just let him know, okay, you have to qualify for Champions League easily, at the very least, easily. Then try to win a trophy. I don't care what trophy, just win something. Probably FA Cup, probably Champions League. If you like, even get out of the group stage and go to Europa League, just win something for me. I feel like a trophy and a top four finish. I think if he's able to get that, it's a good enough season.
okay, what club do you support?
actually
Arsenal.
calm down?
Let's not do this.
Arsenal.
Kachi,
Come on, just asking.
Kachi,
I can
Kachi.
hear you.
Okay, so
Actually, do you think you guys are going to
no,
wait? Do you think you guys are going to win the league, or like probably, or what do you like?
I don't.
What do you
I'm
think?
just asking what club you support because I wanted to know. I don't think we're going
No,
to
no,
win the
like
league.
I
It's
don't
like
want
Zami
like
said.
that
I
is
think we're going
just
to
the fair. The
compete
fact
for
is
the
that
league,
is
but I
a
don't
fair
think we're going to
assessment.
win it. Eh?
That is a
yeah,
fair
actually,
assessment.
you need to,
Almost all other
actually, you
clubs in
need
the
to
league,
come to
you're
the
not going to
fact
win the
that,
league. So you just get to the top four and win another trophy. Simple.
Kachi,
I can hear
Kachi
you,
Kachi.
needs
Moyo.
to,
So
Kachi needs
I
to
want you to
understand the fact, bro. Listen, Kachi needs to
okay.
understand the fact that Muye is just asking for honest opinion on Chelsea. So that's what I actually feel Chelsea is going to achieve. That's the bare minimum. They can't actually win the title. I don't really see them going far. Maybe at maximum quarterfinals. No, not quarterfinal in the Champions League. So you just need to
Let me understand
that
something, Zami. You don't see Chelsea getting past the quarterfinal, but you know that your club can get to the final.
Sorry, what do you say?
You don't see Chelsea getting past the quarterfinal, but you know
Yeah.
and are sure that your club will get to the final. Is that correct?
I mean, it's Liverpool. Even we are odds on. I mean, when
It's Liverpool.
when the bookmakers start releasing their odds, you see Liverpool actually odds on to actually go further than Chelsea in the Champions League. It's not. It's normal. So,
Right.
but it just needs to, you need to come to the fact that it's our honest opinion, and 70%
I'm not doubting
out
that
of
it's your honest opinion.
out
I'm
of
just asking
100%.
questions too.
I'm enjoying this
Yeah,
conversation.
I understand.
Night.
I
Kachi,
understand.
I can
Kachi.
hear you, Moyo.
I want you to end Chelsea, and I'm going to ask you this. So you guys have signed Koulibaly, you have signed Raheem Sterling, and the Man City and Liverpool fans here have said the league is always going to be between both of them and everything. What more can Chelsea owners do for Tuchel to be able to challenge, to be able to actually win the league, to be able to break it? Because me, I'm a United fan. I don't see City or Liverpool win the league. I'd rather see Chelsea win the league all day. So what do you think it's possible? And what players do you think Chelsea would need right now to be able to
If you're asking me if it's possible that Chelsea can win the league next season, it is very much possible. At the beginning of last season, we showed that we had what it takes to actually win the league. I mean, everybody here can agree that, Chelsea was the only team last season that did not have a single match postponed due to COVID or anything or injuries. Even when Arsenal went to meet the Premier League and said that about 4 or 5 of their players had injuries, so they wanted to postpone a match, and they got it postponed based on injuries, which, by the way, I've never heard before since I started following football. Chelsea was one of the top 6 teams that did not have a single game postponed.
Let me correct you on that.
I
The
don't
reason
know.
why the match was postponed was more about the player that already had coronavirus in the team, people that already had COVID in the team were much. Then adding to the injury, there was not enough player to be fielded. That's just it. It's not because of injury.
If you don't have enough players, that's why you have a youth team. You play your younger players.
The match was not postponed because of injuries. If you check the Premier League rule, there's a number of players that you have. Like that has to be like COVID and injury. If you have a certain number of players, then you can apply for your match to be postponed. Check it out. It was not because of injury. That was not why they postponed the match.
Moyo, as I was explaining, Chelsea is one of the top 6 teams last season that did not have a single match postponed, either due to COVID or anything. And at the beginning of the season, everybody here can agree that, you know, playing Chelsea would strike a fear in your heart because we were rampant at the early stage of the season until everything that happened. But then again, I'm not saying that, you know, we're just going to go into the league next season and then knock City and Liverpool off their pedestal and go ahead and win the league. No. But I know that we can push them to the very, very, like, to the furthest limit. It's like Zami said, we're still trying to find an identity under Tuchel because, as we know, Chelsea is no one that would leave a coach and allow him to build a dynasty. At least under Roman, they were not. But under the new management, they have said that they're ready to stick with Tuchel and give him everything. So what I am expecting again from this window is I'm very happy with the signing of Koulibaly and Sterling. I think they are top signings for, like, you know, very
I feel like Koulibaly gives you guys an edge to win the league.
He's like the perfect Rudiger replacement. I don't think there's much people in the market that can replace Rudiger aside from Koulibaly. But then again, if they give one more defender, probably a right centre back this time, somebody like, I don't know, Jules Koundé, they give us a right winger. Since we couldn't get Rafinha, me personally, I'm looking at Michael Olise, but then again, I'm not one of Chelsea scouts, so I don't know. But if they can give us another attacker and a right centre back, and then somebody at right wing back to, you know, support Rich James, somebody like Jonathan Klaus from Lens, because Aspilicueta is leaving, obviously. I just think we need 3 more signings: 1 right centre back, 1 right wing back, and 1 right winger, and then we're good to go. The rest is up to Tuchel, and I think he has the ability, tactical knowledge, and, you know, whatnot to push them. I mean, he was handpicked by Jurgen Klopp to replace him at Dortmund, so that says a lot.
Okay. Kachi, from the comments, so Muski was saying you go to 2 finals and you lost to the same team, so you should calm down.
Can I say something about Chelsea, please?
Let's well, move it to Liverpool.
Let me just chip in something very quickly before you leave.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
I personally expect that Tuchel might not be able to win the league, but I see Chelsea winning the trophy because, like, no, you just look at it. 2 seasons, Tuchel. In fact, not 2 full seasons. One is not full, and the other is full. The first season, they won the Champions League, right?
Yeah.
The beginning of last season, they won the Super Cup. Did they win it? Yes, they did. They beat who did they beat? Who won the Europa League?
Villarreal.
Yeah. They won the club.
The ones that beat Man U.
They entered 2.
Hey, first of all, that was Oli's fault. That was not.
It's fine. Let GB continue.
They entered 2. They entered 2 domestic finals, like in just 1 season and a half, and you have that amount of success in getting to finals. Really, if someone should tell me, like, my top 3, like, if I'm going to, like, mention top 3 people I might see winning the Champions League next season, I won't close my eyes before I say Chelsea, because so far so good. I feel Tuchel is like, he's a really a cup coach. Do you get? Like, you can't enter that amount of cup finals, even though he lost to Liverpool last season on penalties. Fine,
which they didn't deserve, but let's move on.
Anyone you decide to play, I don't know. But
if we're moving on to Liverpool, I actually have a question for Zami. Zami, you're listening to me, yeah?
Wait, Kachi, let GB finish.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But you don't enter 4 or 5 finals in a season and a half without you having an idea of how to get there. So personally, next season, a top 4 finish and a trophy for Chelsea.
Okay, so can we move on to Liverpool now?
Yeah, now my question, Zami, you're a Liverpool supporter, yeah? How would you rate your last season? Would you say it was a very successful season for you guys?
Kachi, Actually, do you know that's
Yes.
what I was about to ask him.
Yes.
Oh, great mind things that think alike.
Sammy, you can talk.
Okay. Personally, for me, so it's a bittersweet experience because I mean, we lost the league by 1 point, I guess. I mean, we pushed City all the way to the final minutes of the league season.
Wow,
And
what a trophy!
we lost, and we lost the Champions League also. I mean, I think Real Madrid had just one shot on target, and come on, I mean, but that's football actually. But we actually compensated that with the
Why
two
this
cup.
wait first, Zabi? Why are Liverpool fans
Yeah.
like this? So wait, you said Madrid had one shot at target. You just scored in 2 finals that you won. You went for 3 finals. You just scored in one.
I was waiting for him to finish now, Moyo. That was my line.
I'm not trying to downplay. I'm not trying to downplay what Real Madrid did. I mean, but if you actually watch that final, you actually know
We
that
did.
Liverpool are the better. I'm not trying
Sure.
to downplay.
Sure.
Liverpool are the better team, but then I think the Real Madrid just had just that one shot. Like, one, congratulations to them. But like I said, it's a bittersweet experience. We compensated that with two trophies, the FA Cup and the Carling Cup. And Klopp has never won those two cups before. So it's not like it was a repeated cup. And I think these two cups are cups that Guardiola has been start padding since the second season at Man
That's the
City.
lie. He has only
So-
won one FA Cup.
And how many cups? About 5 or 6, right?
Yeah,
So, like I
wow.
said, it's like a bittersweet experience. So, but I'm happy. So, I'm actually happy.
Would you say
with all
Jurgen
the
Klopp
information.
is a top manager, or has been a top manager during his time in England?
Actually, why are you
Yeah.
attacking him?
I
We're
let
talking about
my
Liverpool. I'm only asking questions.
Okay. Personally and on a personal level, I do feel he has. I mean, he has done what he was brought Liverpool to do. I mean, he has won us our first league title. I didn't even think Champions League was on the agenda when he was being signed as Liverpool's manager, and he won that. He has won everything actually. So, but considering the years it took him to actually win a league title, you can't fault him on that because I mean the caliber of players he actually met then. I mean, the likes of Joe Allen, Lucas Leiva. Come on,
Kachi, and K.
hello,
Yes.
hello.
K, please. I
Yeah,
want to answer this question. Okay, me, I'm a United fan here, but like, and when I see City and Liverpool going for the league, it pains me. But then I'm always City should win it over Liverpool
It's
because I hate
fine.
Liverpool
There's
so
always a
much.
spot for you in Europa League. It's fine. You don't have
Wait,
to be bitter about other
wait,
people competing for big
wait.
titles.
Okay, so
Okay.
like when you see these two going for the league, who do you support?
Between Man City and Liverpool.
Yeah.
Man City, of course, so that I can buy my players.
The fact is I'm indifferent. Anybody that wins it should win it. Seriously.
So that you know go buy Zizenko and
I mean,
Kachi, what about you?
what else would an Arsenal fan say?
Kachi, what about you?
Me, I'd always go for City.
Of
Okay,
course, because I guess you don't.
Sorry,
I feel
what
like
did
Zami
Zami
was about to say something.
something that was going to get him in trouble. I thought I was about to hear, of course, you know, have history or something.
Well, he's not wrong there, anyways.
I'm not going to do that this night.
Okay, so that K.
Yes.
So I want do you think Klopp's era in Liverpool has been overrated? Do you think he's an overrated manager? Because they compare it to the likes of Pep, Ferguson.
I think he is. Seriously, he has done a good job with Liverpool. He's making them compete and all. But the fact is, they are just competing alone. They've not actually won a lot of things. He's actually won everything, but they've not won a lot of things. He has won everything, but not a lot of things. So I feel like he's having just an okay, period with them. Nothing special, seriously, as far as I'm concerned. But the fact that we can't just discard what he has done with Liverpool, though. Like he brought them from, let me say, from trenches. So we can't discard it. But I won't say he has, like, the way people hype him. I don't think he has gotten to that level. I feel like he has just won, just carry, all those kind of things. You win 1 year, win 1 year, win 1 year. He has not won a lot of things. He has won everything, but not a lot of things. So I think he's kind of overrated. But he's a good coach, mind you.
I can see the pain in Zami's eyes right now with everything that K just said. If he had his way, he would rip his throat out. If he had his way, everybody will enter everybody here.
How would you? Why would you?
Something is wrong.
Overrated, you say.
You don't think he's overrated?
I
You ask
don't
me,
think.
no. If
I
you ask
don't
me,
think he's an overrated manager.
no.
To be honest.
If you ask me, no. It's not overrated.
To be honest.
Wait, GB. So you say Klopp is not overrated, yeah, but like they compare it to the likes of Ferguson.
No, come on. Like, if someone is not overrated, you don't really have to compare them to
That's just
something. Like, in his own right. Like, no.
And
no,
please,
just, no.
the reason I said he is overrated is not because he's not a good coach. No, I'm speaking on the trophies he has been able to win.
Like, in comparison to like the noise that he generates.
I'm not even comparing him with anybody. I'm just saying, like, the kind of hype he gets, the way people
Something like to the
talk
hype
about him and
and
all,
noise,
you
right?
expect that. I think he has used up to like 4.5 or 5.5 years now, right? If I'm right.
Almost
7 years.
So how many trophies does he has in that period? I'm not sure he has up to
The same
7
amount that
trophies.
Tuchel has, just that Tuchel has not won the league yet.
So what are you telling me? He has
No,
won,
that
he
doesn't make him
won,
better than-
he won one big title, one Champions League, one FA Cup, one Carabao Cup. That is all. He has not won much. Like
What I can say,
it does not warrant the kind of should I call it attention that
I
he
feel,
gathers. Like
I feel
I feel like he's a very good coach. He brought, like I said before, he brought Liverpool out from the trenches. Typically, like technically, he brought them out. Like they were very poor when he came, and now he's making them compete. But the fact is, they are just competing. They are not actually winning a lot of things. They are just there, just picking. Pick one league title, pick one Champions League, pick one FA Cup, pick one Carabao Cup, and they stop there.
By the way, I think you should have resigned by now.
No. Like, if you ask, honestly,
no, there's nothing much you can achieve with that. I feel like this is the limit. Like this is the highest you can achieve with the team. Like I don't see him winning another league title as far as I'm concerned. Sef. I feel like Guardiola will just keep on winning it. But Liverpool will always, they always compete a point. They will lose the league by 1 point. We will shout that and they were very close to it. Next season, same old story. I don't know.
as much as I hate Liverpool, like, and Klopp, but you just look around. I feel like Klopp is like the top highest grade of any coach level that we have in the world right now. You can't name 2 managers better than him, aside Ancelotti and Pep. Who else?
I'll say.
If I mention one name now, GB.
I say Conte.
GB,
I will say Conte better Klopp.
If
You
you
are
like,
getting.
Yeah,
if I mention one name now, GB
I'm
will
not-
keep me alive, but I will say Conte.
Okay,
I
I'm
will
not
say
against
Conte
You are
over
getting
Klopp.
it wrong.
Yeah,
We are
I'm not
not saying
against.
he's
Wait,
not good.
let me
He's a very
like
good coach.
let me talk. I'm not against you. Wait. What I'm saying.
No,
is-
like you are getting it wrong.
no.
We are not talking about.
I'm not. I'm wait.
No, you are getting it wrong. No, you are actually are
I'm
getting
not-
it wrong. We are not
I'm
talking
not-
about him not being as good as other
I'm-
coaches.
I'm
That's not what we are talking about.
driving to
We
a
are talking
point.
about like
I'm driving to a
if you
point.
are going to like compare the amount of trophies he has won with Liverpool, then he's overrated with the kind of hype he's getting. He has not won a lot.
Oh, honestly, wait. Come on, guys. Like, let's just look at this like plainly. In 7 years, you've won a Champions League. You've won a league. You've won 2 domestic cup. You have a Club World Cup. Did he win the Club World Cup? Yes.
Yeah.
You have a Super Cup. How many trophies is that? 6 in 7 years. That's an average of like a trophy per year. What are we saying now? Like, no.
Tuchel
Like,
has won that in a year and a
let
half.
me land though. Let me land.
So would you put him and Tuchel in the same bracket?
What is above Tuchel? No, nobody can tell me that. No,
Wait.
no.
I'm saying no. You're saying he has won all these trophies in 7 years, and that's he's averaging a trophy per year.
How many
I'm telling you
years
that
has
Tuchel has won
Guardiola
all
used
those
at
in a
Man
year and
City
a
now?
half. So will you put him in the same
Guardiola is
bracket with
better
Tuchel
than
based
Klopp.
off what you're
That's
saying?
not my point, though. Guardiola is better than
How
Klopp.
many years has he used that? No, I'm not even talking. I'm not talking about
Like, I think,
better now.
I
I'm
think
asking you how many
five-
years has Guardiola used
no, 5 to
at
6.
Man City?
5 to 6.
How many titles has he won? Don't talk to me about someone win. If you are winning a trophy per year with the kind of hype you are getting, I'm not sure you are supposed to get that kind of hype by
In the
just
last
winning
7
one
years,
trophy per year.
in the last 7 years, who has won more than Klopp?
GB. Let me
Last
tell
7
you
years.
why.
Mention any manager that you feel has won more than Klopp.
Wait, GB, let me tell you why.
That has won more than Klopp.
Yeah.
Are you whining me? How many titles there that Zidane does not have more than him? Are you whining me?
Who? Mention the name.
Zidane has more trophies than him, yes or no?
Who be that?
Zidane.
Zidane has just 4. Come on, he won 3 Champions League and 1 league. Abi, in the last 7 years.
So he didn't win Club World Cup. He didn't win.
Okay, one
Club
Club
World
World Cup.
Cup and Super Cup. Yes or no?
5, 6. I
So
said, who has
3
won
Champions
more?
League now.
Who
How
has
many
won
Club World
more?
Cup did he win out of it? I'm very sure he won the 3 Club World Cup from it. That is 6 trophies already. How many Super Cup did he win from it?
Did they
GB.
play World
Why
Cup?
won't he win it?
Club World
GB.
Cup. in the 3?
Club World Cup. He won the 3 now.
They played it in 3.
Hello.
Yes, now he won the 3. That is 6 already. Then plus the league one. That is 7. How many seasons did Zidane use? And he came back again to win another league. That is 2 league titles. So what are you saying? And he didn't even step up to 7 years with Madrid.
Liverpool, the real he met to the Liverpool club met.
See, that is what you are getting wrong. I don't believe Zidane is better than Klopp, actually. I don't believe Zidane is better than him. But I'm telling you, the hype Klopp is getting, he does not have the CV to prove it. Let me put it that way. His CV is not proving the kind of hype he's getting. Just like someone being here
Hello.
tech go and all, and at the end of the day, you don't have anything on your CV. This guy does not have, I'm not sure he has up to 10 trophies all through his career.
I think he has
This
two
is just
Bundesliga with
glorified
Dortmund,
Ragnick,
right?
as far as I'm concerned. It's just a
That's
glorified
Bundesliga with
Ragnick.
Dortmund.
He's just able to like spice his CV up with 1 or 2 trophies. That is just
That guy
it.
is good. Like, it's literally the last person that
GB,
has won
GB.
the title with Bundesliga.
GB.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I know like you City fans are just getting to the party and everything, and you guys are just winning your league and enjoying yourself and everything. But Carragher said something that was very, very contradictory. He said this is the greatest Premiership rivalry in years. This is the greatest Premiership rivalry.
No. If you are talking about like all those British pundits and the way they used to, no.
Okay, but
overhype
exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Like they call Pep and Liverpool and Club a British rivalry, like a rivalry. That's not a rivalry. That's like a beatdown, because in the past how many years Club has only been able to boast of 1 trophy.
Yes, to me personally, it's not a rivalry. Like league wise, no.
Exactly. Like when Chelsea was challenging United for the trophies and everything, Ancelotti came. I think Ancelotti won it twice in a row.
No, he won just 1 now. And the next season he won King and they sacked himself. The first one, I think he won the league and FA Cup, right? Catchy. He won the league, he won the FA Cup. And then the second season he got sacked. How many seasons did he spend? 2? Okay, I think he spent 2.
Yeah, exactly. Like you what's a rivalry? A rivalry is when you win. When Wenger first came, Wenger won in 8 years. United won 5, Wenger won 3. But this one in 6 years, Club has really been able to boast of 1. And if you bring it up, people will be like, look at the money City is spending.
No,
but
nobody
Liverpool
can
is spending money too.
They spend. Zami here cannot say they don't spend money.
Exactly. So Zami, now this is one question I want to ask you. What makes you think Club should be added to the all-time greats in Premier League?
Oh no, Premier League no. No.
I've never understood Club should be added to the all-time Premier League great. Actually, it's just in his own space, of course.
For all-time Liverpool greats, you can push Club inside.
Okay.
Of course.
Kachi,
Yeah, sure.
Kakashi, hear me?
Yes, I can. Finally.
Kachi, okay. Okay, so going into next season, Liverpool has signed Darwin Núñez, Fabio Carvalho, and everything. What other positions do you think they need to strengthen? to be able to push for the title?
What did they need to do last season to push for the title? Nothing. They basically have the same squad they had last season. They only lost Mane, and Luis Diaz will replace Mane at all. So if they say they need the striker, they could do without the striker last season. So then again, Darwin Nunez and what's the other guy, Carvalho, that they signed is more or less like replacing Sadio Mane and just giving Firmino somebody else to be a center forward with. So I don't think they need to strengthen anywhere, to be honest. I think they'll find a way they're basically the same way they were last season, just that Mane is not there anymore, but now they have Nunez and Luis Diaz.
But then, sorry, Okachi. This is one thing I'm going to say, and I know I'm going to praise your club now. But then, if you look at City, if you look at Liverpool here, I feel like City players are aging already. I feel Liverpool are going to struggle without Sadio Mane, and that's one of the reasons why I feel like Chelsea are going to really this Chelsea season to actually really go for it.
How can I ask you? How are City players aging? Who is aging?
De Bruyne is 2020. It's 2030.
De Bruyne is a midfielder. He can play till he's 32 or 33. Yeah, you don't lose your vision due to age.
No, but then they're not as vibrant as
you can't mention De Bruyne. If you're going to mention a player, you can't mention De Bruyne. De Bruyne will be in the top 2 best players next season again.
Yeah. Kachi, do you see where I'm coming from?
Is that true? Do you feel De Bruyne is going?
No, I'm not saying he's going. All I'm saying is he's aging.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, who is aging? Who do you think?
Do you know that Ronaldo scored most of his goals after he turned 30 Moyo?
Yeah.
Like KDB's, like if you're
that's Ronaldo now. You could compare KDB to Ronaldo.
If you're a midfielder,
I'm not compare KDB to Ronaldo. I'm using him as an instance. You don't say a player is aging because he's turned 30. Thiago Silva is 37 and he was one of the best defenders in the league last season.
Like exactly like what we are in a point right now in football generally where these players can play till 36. Like their fitness, everything that they have right now is like so much improved. Like you can see
Buffon says he's going to play till he's 55. This you can't right now. I don't think you can use age to determine how far
exactly,
a team will go.
like
Manchester are still very strong. It's not age-wise, they're still very strong.
He's a midfielder, so I don't think age is going to affect him at all.
Yes. Like aside from KDB that is 30, Mahrez is just in his early 30s. And Mahrez is kind of winger that doesn't depend on speed. It depends on his own trickery.
Lewandowski is 35. Barca just signed him for 50 million.
Can you imagine? Like we're at this age where like age, like we're at this football part where you can be 35 and see Salah now. How old is Salah?
Okay. I get. We have to move fast.
Don't mention age, I bet.
Okay, we have to move fast.
We are strong and we are good and we are going.
Okay, K.
Yes.
What's your expectation? What's your expectation for club next season?
For club.
Yeah. Do you agree with Kachi that he should just resign?
I did not know. Let me clarify that statement. I didn't say he should resign because of his achievements or lack of achievement at Liverpool. Why I said he should resign was for solely a petty reason. The bastard said he would. Sorry, let me rephrase. Klopp said he would never sign a player. That the day he signs a player for 100 million is the day that he will resign from football because he doesn't think any club should spend that much money on a player. And then they lose Marcus Edwards, who has been their sporting director for years. And the first person there, I saw a post, an inside post from somebody at Benfica, where they said initially when they learned of Liverpool's interest in Nunez, they were thinking they were going to sell him for 40-50 million euros, 40-50 million euros. And then the first offer.
That was a band now.
I'm coming. I will answer you. I'm coming. I will answer you. And then the first offer they got from Liverpool was 80 million euros. And then they upped the price to 100 million euros. And of course, Liverpool paid 100 million euros for Darwin Nunez, who now has more field comps than Christian Pulisic has, by the way. But then let's not go there. I'm just saying, that's why I said he should resign. It was only for his
Liverpool just wanted to steal it from United.
What?
Liverpool just wanted to steal it from us.
Yeah,
Liverpool just wanted to steal him from you guys.
Yeah, like they just wanted to show that they had money too and everything, and that's why they just wasted the money.
So
That's
if
what
you
I
had
feel.
the money, you would have signed Darwin Nunez.
No, because then if United
Man
drop,
U, are
if
you asking
United
Man
drop,
U?
if United
Man U
drops,
buying for 200 million now.
if United drops 100 million and Liverpool drops 100 million for Darwin Nunez, where will you go to? You go to Liverpool because obviously they'll give you trophies now. And I mean, so that's why they got him easy. But then
The question is Darwin Nunez worth 100 million?
I don't know, to be honest. I feel like that guy's a beast, to be honest.
Van Dijk was 75 million when we signed him.
Exactly.
What did you say? I didn't hear what Zami said.
Was Van Dijk what
You never
75
can
million?
tell. I mean, let the season start. And what Kaki said about that quote that Benfica were expecting 60 million euros and Liverpool dropped 80 and they upped it 100 because it's just for bands. We all it wasn't. I also saw that post. It wasn't real. It was just for bands now. Come on, should know better.
Bank or not, I don't doubt it because you guys have taken pride in your dealings in the transfer market over the past seasons in the fact that you don't spend above 50, 60 million pounds on players, and that was very largely due to Marcus Edwards, your sporting director at the time. But now that he has left, your first signing after he left was somebody of 100 million. Who's to say what's going to come next?
Catchy. Okay, Zami, I'm coming to you. We have to move on. We have one more club to talk about. So let's just move. Okay, you were going to say what?
I was going to say like, as usual, I expect Liverpool to compete, but as usual, also I expect them to fall short of the prize. That is just fact. At least when we're talking about
Hey, if you have a problem with Liverpool and Zami, if you just
no,
you
I
guys
don't have
can
a
talk
problem
about
with
it.
Liverpool. I have a problem with the way people see Klopp as. I don't know. I don't see him as a coach that can compete with Guardiola. Let me put it that way. Like, I don't see him as a coach that can compete with Guardiola because and I hate the fact that people are trying to like push the narrative of Pep and Klopp being a rivalry. I hate that people are trying to push that agenda, but that is not a rivalry as far as I'm concerned. Because I
But
don't know
Guardiola
how
couldn't beat him last season, though.
forget it. When it matters, when it
That
comes
does
to the league, like when it comes to
I don't think that
when it comes
matters,
to the
right?
table, when it comes to the table,
Oh,
where
God.
is the two clubs finishing at? Man City is always finishing ahead of him. In 6 seasons now, he was only able to finish ahead of Man City once.
You guys, we don't have time. We have City to talk about. Let's just
Wait,
finish it.
before we talk about it, I know it's
So I
let's
don't.
talk. I want to hear
As far as I'm concerned, yeah. As far as I'm concerned, I just feel like, as usual, like I said, Liverpool are going to compete. 4 shots, as usual. You say, it was only a point. It was only 2 points. At the end of the day, Man City will probably still win the league.
Sorry,
And
you know what? Sorry,
they can only have
actually,
chances in cup matches.
I've bribed
Maybe FA Cup, Italian Cup, or Champions League.
I've bribed you with Jesus and Zinchenko.
Zami.
Out my back. Sorry.
Zami.
You know,
Okay,
one thing
so
actually
this is the
about
last question. This is the last question I also asked about Liverpool, and I wanted to answer. Next season, what are you expecting? What do you want to see? If okay, wait, I want you to answer this question. If the season goes like this, Man City flops, they finish third or they finish second, and you see Chelsea win the league over Liverpool, what will you start thinking? And what are your expectations?
First of all, my expectations for Liverpool next season, and I don't think I'm the only person. I think for all Liverpool fans all over the world, the expectation is basically the Champions League and the league. Actually, I mean that's the reason why we actually signed Darwin Nunes for 80 million pound. I get. I mean, and with the loss of Sadio Mane.
100. Add the add-ons. It's 100.
Actually, calm down.
Okay, like I said, so and one thing I want you guys to notice, well, club to actually splashed that money. You actually know that he actually saw something. So that buy was not actually a buy for next season, next 2 seasons. It's a buy for the next 3 or 4 years. And just so you guys know, I don't see Darwin Nunes flopping. Forget the bands that is missing open plays during preseason. I mean, that's what preseason is for. So my expectations for next season, basically, has always been the same. I mean, we would compete with the league with City, and we can't deny the fact that City are a very good team. So we just have to flop one way or the other. And in the Champions League, as
I think we've lost Zami, right?
I think so. Am I the only one?
No.
Okay, so
3 centre
No, I
backs.
think his network is
Chelsea
gone. Oh, he's back.
2024,
continue,
when
Zami.
Liverpool lost 3 centre backs, when we lost most of our players to injuries, I mean, Chelsea were solid to top us in the league. So why should they top us when we have our complete players and all? So I don't see Chelsea topping Liverpool.
no, I'm not saying. I'm
Um,
not saying. I'm not asking if you see them. I'm just saying if Chelsea wins the league next season,
Okay. If
How
Chelsea
do-
wins the league,
how do you see club? How do
yeah,
you
I
start to see
mean,
club?
how do I start the club if Chelsea wins?
Yeah.
It's my opinion about club still won't change. I mean, I would still regard him as a very top coach because I mean, you can imagine the team he met right now. I mean, the team that everybody was actually bashing and all. But Liverpool right now is a team that no one wants to play. So I don't. So if just actually wins the guide of club next season, my opinion about club still won't change. I still regard him as a very good coach, and it will always be like that. Actually, so
Okay. Thank you. So now we'll talk about City. We'll use 10 minutes to talk about City because
what did
They-
you tell me?
there isn't much time like that. So
Why that?
GB, this is your club. I know you have been waiting. You have been waiting. Champions of England.
No.
I'm not going to ask you what you expected last season. Everybody thought you were going to win the league when you got to the semi-final. We're going to win Champions League when you got to semi-final. What went wrong for that semi-final?
Honestly, see, do you know what?
Tell us. We don't know what.
There's there's something about the Champions League that I don't seem to get yet.
I'll tell you. It's Yaya
It's-
Toure.
it's-
You people need to go and offer sacrifice to that man.
It's weird. Like it's very weird. Do you know why? Because at points where still last season, the disappointment of last season is nothing compared to the disappointment I faced when Lyon flogged us out of the Champions League. Like, I don't know what to say about the Champions League. Is it that if you play too good, a team that probably depends on 2 or 3 players just wash you out? Or if you don't play well, then a team like Lyon will beat. Like, that league is just, I don't know. Honestly, I thought I was in the final at 89 minutes. I thought, like, it cannot go wrong from here. Mares are just giving me 1-0. This is it. This is my ticket again. More. Madrid happened.
GB, you don't win 13 Champions League titles by playing good football. Let me just tell you that.
You like, I don't know what to say. Like, I just feel like when it comes to the Champions League, you need more than think. You need luck. You need like this mentality. I won't say Man City players do not have the mentality. They do, but there's something that Madrid just like offers, and that's why nobody has like up to Madrid. Like, it's just different with them. We messed up anyway because I feel we bottled it. I'm not because I want to praise Madrid now. Now say we didn't bottle. Like, we tried bottle the Champions League. Like, at that point, I feel like we bottled it, and I feel like we should have seen it coming. Like, you can't literally remove PSG that way, remove Chelsea that way, and then we just feel like by this chosen one. But come on, Pep did what should be done. You removed someone, you brought in Fernandinho to bolster up.
GB,
Yeah.
sorry to cut you there. When I remember when United used to win the league and everything, and I would celebrate it, but at the back of my mind, I would still always say, shit, we could have.
Sorry,
won, we
Moyo,
could
you
have-
said you remember what?
when we used to win the league.
Wow.
Kachi,
Continue.
I watched
I'm
United win the
listening
league
now.
3
I
times
didn't
in
hear
a
what you
row.
said before. Now continue.
I watched United win the league 3 times in a row. So don't think I watched them win
It's
the league 3
fine.
times.
It's fine. I
So-
mean, we all have to console ourselves at some point. It's fine.
Get out. Just get out. So GB, is it always at the back of your mind when you win the league, and like how do you celebrate it? Are you always still like, shit, you could have won Champions League, or
Like every season, like I expect us like probably like go for it something, honestly. And I really hope like I felt like I really had the chance to win against Chelsea, and Chelsea did not play well. Cachinos, but they won. That's fine. All thanks to Rudiger and not that KDB.
Sorry,
Well,
let's go back. You said Kachi knows what
you did not play well in the final against me now, did you?
in the Champions League final.
Yes.
The same one where you did not have more than one shot on target.
The same one I did not. How many shots on target did you have?
We had a goal, sir. Where was your goal?
And that's fine. You had a goal. No problem. But you didn't play well now,
Please
did you?
don't fucking kill me.
Play
Don't
well
fucking
now.
kill me.
You didn't play well.
GB, continue.
Yeah, let me continue what I was saying. So, but what is sweet about Man City is like the way we win the league,
Yeah.
make it so sweet. We probably will wait like 90 minutes, or we wait like it's remaining 1 point for Liverpool to snatch it, and then we win on the final day, and then we're all happy that yes, we won final day, and then we all just forget about Champions League. So we win the league in such an exciting way. So most times the Champions League disappointment just comes and goes, like you get.
Okay,
But,
K. Okay. Continue.
Yes.
yeah, but really, I expect like Man City to like win the Champions League. I won't say because Pep has not won Champions League is a failure. No, nobody can tell me that here. They don't burn anybody papa here.
K.
GB. No, I want to attack GB on that Champions League final thing where he said Chelsea did not play well, because you see, one thing about me is I like to get my facts straight, and I hope you're a person that likes to get your facts straight. So in the whole of the match, you had only one shot on target. Chelsea had two. We scored a goal. You had zero big chances. We had 3 big chances. We missed 2 big chances, and we scored 1. So please, how exactly do you mean that Chelsea did not play well and you played?
I can't remember any big chance you missed. Which one? Please remind me.
You had 0 big chances in that game. That's what I'm saying. You had only 1 shot on target. You created no big chances in the Champions League final. We created 3. We didn't score 2. The only goal we scored, the only big chance we scored was the Kai Havertz goal. We had 8 shots. We had 2 shots on target. You had 7, 1 shot on target. So where is the Chelsea did not play well in the final coming from?
They were in the final.
I remember at halftime, Twitter, your Man City Twitter admin said something. He said he said something about it being a very interesting match, but the only way City will get anything out of the match is if they get past Kante. They couldn't do that all through the game. So I don't understand where this
because
Chelsea
Kante played well doesn't mean Chelsea played well now.
Can we like?
We'll get back to this. No, you not worry.
No.
Okay. You be quiet since when the last the semi-final against Madrid here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like the reason why City did go through was because they like?
I didn't get that.
Do you feel like now that Alan is there, this is that time to actually win the Champions League?
I don't know. I feel like last season if they had a very good striker.
You were not hearing you well.
I said if they had a very good striker, probably they would have gone through last season. Probably. But one thing about Champions League is that I feel like there's a certain mood your club has to be in for you to be able to win the Champions League. It's not just about having good players sometimes. And I just like Man City just don't have those kind of warrior mentality players. Seriously, no shades actually. Man City are very good, but I feel like in this kind of this kind of Champions League, but they don't have that kind of that monster mentality that Champions League winners always have in their squad. That is just the fact for me. They don't have that monster mentality like Liverpool now. Liverpool have the kind of Mane, the kind of Van Dijk players that they are very crazy. They know how to just like I don't know how I'm going to like put it, but I feel like
okay. Now that we have Alan,
they didn't just have that kind of player last season. That was why they failed. But now that they have Haaland, I don't know. I feel like Haaland is that kind of player. But I have to wait until I see him play in a Man City team before I'll be able to like, okay, this is it. But I feel like Haaland is that kind of player. He did it with Dortmund. He was able to drag them out of all these kind of situations at Dortmund. So I feel like, yeah.
People seem to forget that Haaland is only 21 years old and he has also never gotten past the quarterfinal stage in the Champions League.
Which teams has he played in the Champions League? He has played in Dortmund and Salzburg.
Can I counter what?
Everybody is saying, City has signed Haaland, now they will win the Champions League. I just feel like I should point that out.
I'm not saying they're going to win the Champions League because they have Haaland. Get me right. I'm saying that
our chances are increased, right?
Haaland it's the reason why they're going to
Bro, they win the Champions League with Aguero.
Calm down. Aguero was not a mistake in Guardiola's team. It was not a mistake.
Until when? Up until when?
He wasn't. He never was.
Up until when is what I'm asking you, because Guardiola carried City when Guardiola Aguero carried City when Guardiola Sterling came in.
How many times has Aguero scored 10 goals in the Champions League since you have been watching Aguero? You tell me. Haaland has scored 10 goals in the Champions League at Salzburg.
Exactly what I was pointing out.
Sorry, can I counter what she said?
Man City just don't, exactly as I was saying, Man City just don't have those kind of players that plays well in Champions League matches. That's just the fact.
I agree with you.
Can I counter what she said?
Please let me be done. Let me finish. With Haaland now, he has been performing well in Champions, even from Salzburg, like GB said, even from Salzburg, he had a number of goals. Then Dortmund, he continued it. So even Suarez, see now, as good as Suarez is as a striker, he was unable to produce it at the biggest stage in the Champions League. So that's just it. It's not like maybe Man City don't have good players before or anything. They don't just have those players that can play well in the Champions League match. No, I'm not even trying to shape them or anything, but that's just the fact. Like most of their players don't really perform that well. Champions League matches. They've lost to so many stupid teams in the Champions League. They lost to Monaco one time like that. Yes. They lost to Tottenham one time like that too. So I feel like when they go and get stuff in the Champions League, Man City just have a way of crumbling. That's just it. So I feel like at least now that they have someone like Haaland that actually performs well in the Champions League, and like I said, I have to wait to see him play in the Man City team before I can be sure.
Go and beg you. That's the solution to your problem.
Zami,
let's go to Ivory Coast and go and offer sacrifice.
I want to go try to
now. Their team is kind of complete on paper.
Well, okay. Zami.
Sorry,
you are the greatest. You have the highest Champions League in England. You know how to win it. You know how to win it basically. Yeah. What do you think City? What do you think City lacks?
You were not alive when your team won those Champions League titles.
What do you think City lacks that they've not been able to solve in winning the Champions League?
Okay. I think what you actually asked me is, I'm just going to buttress more what Kid said. I think they don't have those players with monster mentality. I don't think they have. And personally, for me, about last season, actually, Man City did everything that was needed to be done in that match against Madrid.
Exactly.
They were not complacent. They did everything. Were they lacking leaders in the team? No. Was it about mentality? No. They did everything, but football just happened. Luck just crept in, and before you knew it, Real Madrid won that match. In fact, personally for me, I actually played bets on that match, and I won.
Did you lose on me?
I think so.
Oh, can't you say one rubbish that you want to say?
Zami.
So as I was saying, I just felt Man City don't have that mentality monster in their team. And like Archie said, I think they're really offended. Yaya Toure.
Everybody keeps talking about City not having the Champions League winning mentality in their team. If they don't have
Yes,
it,
they do.
Guardiola has it.
They do.
Now, the Chelsea team that won the Champions League, if you remove Rudiger and Thiago Silva, who else has Champions League winning mentality there?
That's the problem. Who are you going to
James?
remove from Man City?
Huh?
You have people to remove. Who do you want to remove from Man City? There's nobody
You have to be. Kevin De Bruyne is experienced enough.
to do what? To win it. See, that's the problem with it. Like the Champions League alone, it's something
I
else.
even added Rudiger. Rudiger is not even supposed to be in the list of people that I'm adding when I'm talking about Champions League mentality. Thiago Silva is the only one as far as I'm concerned. You had Kevin De Bruyne.
As Luqueta, has he won Champions League before the one he won last?
No.
He won the Europa League.
He didn't win the
Won
Champions
Europa League.
No,
So that means you don't have anybody that won the last Champions League that was still in your squad.
absolutely nobody.
Oika, Kachi,
Yes.
if Pep wins the Champions League, is it fair to say that his time in England is greater than Alex Ferguson?
Definitely not.
What is your problem with comparing?
No, because I actually feel that way, to be honest. Like if Pep wins Champions League now, if Pep had won it, I would have said his legacy is better than Ferguson, because Ferguson came here and then Ferguson took time to build and everything, and yes, he won 13
5 years
trophies.
again.
But then this guy's been
Ferguson played 26 years and he has just 2 Champions. Champions League is not easy. Don't let Real Madrid deceive you. Real Madrid is deceiving you people. It's hard. It's hard to win that shit, bros.
I feel your pain. I understand. I feel your pain. It's very hard.
It's hard. Real Madrid is deceiving us. That thing is hard.
Normal. It's fine.
Like the most manager that has won the Champions League is Ancelotti.
Ancelotti. Yeah.
3. And do you know how many years Ancelotti has managed? Do you know the caliber of teams Ancelotti has managed? He has managed Juventus, he has managed AC Milan, he has managed Chelsea, he has managed PSG, he has managed Bayern, he has managed Real Madrid, and he has just 3. It's hard. And out of those 3, he won 2 with Real Madrid. Real Madrid are the ones that make this thing look easy. This thing is hard, guys. It's hard.
Okay, we have to start rounding up. From the comments, we have Adekule Adebisi. He said, "Hello, good evening. I really like your works. Keep it coming. Thank you, Adekule Adebisi."
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
So now we have to start rounding it up.
Yeah, can I say something quickly?
Okay.
Man City's time was the shortest. See, will you listen?
Okay.
Aguero.
But then
Aguero was is our like legend, like the best striker we've ever had. But just like Suarez, Aguero never seemed to turn up in those Champions League clutch moments. I don't think Aguero has a season that he scored double digits in the Champions League. I stand to be corrected anyway. But personally, I don't think so. I don't know if it does. Does anybody else? I don't think so. Despite how good he is. Now, as Kay said, I don't know how good Haaland is going to play at City. But if Haaland that lives and dies by the Champions League, that the Champions League is ringing tone, do you get? If he brings that special thing, I think we can actually win. The time is soon, but that thing is hard to win. It's hard. All of us know here now. It's hard now. Arsenal have never won.
Havertz in the pocket of space. Ederson comes and couldn't get there. Chance for Chelsea. Goal for Chelsea. Sorry, GB, you were saying something. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's okay.
Even Liverpool said, when I was okay, they won with Benitez and then flopped. This thing is hard to win. It is.
City fans, please don't come for me, but then GB's complained about City's time being the shortest. I mean, City is the smallest club here, so you shouldn't be offended.
I'm trying to tell you about you want to break your screen.
I know, thank you.
Anyways, I've come to the end of this section. And Kachi, do you have anything to say? Your sign
No,
off.
I don't. I've said everything I have to say.
Okay, so your sign off. Huh?
Kachi, Olodo, sign off, say something and go.
Kachi.
I don't have anything to say. I've already said everything I want to say.
So you don't have any sign off.
No, I don't.
Zami,
Tell
any
this
sign
to
off?
stop for you guys.
Yeah, actually, I think I just have about 2 minutes. I just want to speak on Manchester City and about Guardiola. One thing I actually want to say is, there's a saying that goes towards that a soldier will always be remembered for the rules he broke and not the rules he actually obeyed. I mean, personally for me, on a personal level, I felt Guardiola was brought to Man City for the Champions League and he hasn't achieved that. I'm not trying to undermine what he has actually achieved at City, though. But I mean, what he did, Roberto Mancini and what's the name of this coach? I've forgotten the other coach. He won it, the FA Cup,
Pellegrini.
the league.
Pellegrini.
Manuel Pellegrini. Yes. So I felt it was actually brought to Man City. I mean, why would I be spending 100 million, 50 million, 50 million just to win the league that I've won before? So personally, I felt
Why you don't win it often? This is what you say. Sure you get.
Personally, I felt it was actually good to Man City to win the Champions League. But I'm not still trying to undermine what he has actually achieved. He's a great manager, one of the greatest in the game. So and I wish all our clubs well. I sign off actually.
Okay.
You know how people say I don't want to be rude and then go ahead to be rude. I
don't
blame
mind
Klopp
them.
for this closing statement. But
GB, anything?
Really, like this session was like really, really nice. Honestly, it's really, really nice. Like I loved it. And signing off, I want to say thank you to Kay for being on my back. He's enjoyed my so he has to support me. If not, go see Zimbabwe for carry. And I just want to say something very quickly. I've been seeing this stuff on Twitter. Like people are saying Man City has like strengthening the other top systems. We are selling players. We are doing this. We are doing that. I personally feel that Pep wants to change something next season. He wants to tweak something about our style because now we have 2 strikers, and we don't actually have natural wingers like the way we played before. Left-sided winger on the left, right-sided winger on the right. Then we bombard with crosses and all of that. Do you know Sterling and then it used to be Sunny? I feel like they're about to change something this season. And that something is for the Champions League. So I'm signing off.
I feel so inspired by your speech.
And we've begged Yaya Toure. We on his birthday, nobody do retest. So we don't beg outside.
Okay. Okay. Any sign off?
Okay.
We can only hear you.
Are you using sign language to talk?
Oh yeah, I can hear you now.
Any sign off?
Okay, I don't know. We didn't talk about my club today, so I'll just say a very big thank you to our listeners and all Gunners. We should be.
Oh yeah, it's not fair. You didn't talk about the bottom club. Why?
Yeah. You are a very useless. You are a very useless man. You are a very useless man.
I mean, I'm campaigning for equal rights here.
You are a very useless man. Don't worry.
You guys, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming to watch with us. Thank you for being with us. And all I want to say is please like, share, and subscribe. And we promise we're going to keep working for you guys to bring a very good section. I'm always going to keep on working hard. So I also hope you guys keep on coming and keep on enjoying our channel. And like GB said, watch out for our podcast. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye from the plastic one.
Bye.
Hey, club.
From the England.